Exchange Product Managers and Product Camp. Yes, Phil?
Is that the 20th of October?
15th. Saturday.
Saturday. All day.
Saturday the 15th in Council Close. Alright, I'm going to use a mobile app to read Hank's bio.
Appropriate?
Yes. So I'd like to introduce Hank. Hank Mandaka is the sales and marketing strategist at Biz M3 Mobile Marketing. And he helps business professionals create predictable sales goals by implementing proven marketing, advertising, and promotional programs that actually capture the attention of their audiences and entices them to take immediate action. So that's a nice little appetizer to what we're about to learn. And I'd like to invite Hank to come on up and enlighten us.
Thanks, Greg. Glad to be here. I'd like to start by asking, I always ask who has their phone here with them, but let me ask, who doesn't have their phone with them? Okay, the next question, who has two phones that they carry with them? There you go, there's always one in the crowd. Okay? So what does that tell you? Convenience, eyeballs, always on. There's a word I had to learn called ubiquitous. Always on, always at hand, always everywhere, and all that. That's what mobile is. I have a very, very general, broad presentation for you guys. Please interrupt me. This is interactive. If you have any questions, go ahead, raise your hand. I'll be happy to address it before we move on. And I'll also leave some time afterwards for Q&A, obviously. I'm not going to try and get too specific, but if you have a specific question, I'll be happy to answer it. Okay? So, let's get started. I have a small, short video that Google just composed. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to see it. If you have, you're always going to catch something else. But if you haven't, enjoy it. Well, it's not difficult to see. We use our phones for a little bit more than making calls these days. It's just the way it's gone. We're carrying a small computer in our pocket, in our purse, and it's become a very, very personal device to us. So I like to start out by explaining or giving an explanation, a definition of what mobile marketing means to us. The ability to communicate with a person or persons who are willing to be communicated to concerning relevant content from one person or company to another. Okay? It's a totally permission-based medium. Please understand that. If it's relevant to you, it's great information. If it's not relevant to you, it could become intrusive. And I don't know about you, but if I was to get zapped in my pocket every time like I am in my inbox, I'd be a mess. The FCC really has a hand in mobile to make sure that mobile does not go where email has gone. And if I can get you to focus on the FCC for a little bit, if somebody approaches me and says, "Hey, I got 1 million phone numbers. I'd like you to send out a mass SMS broadcast message for me." If I do that, and the FCC finds out about one of them, I get fined $4,000 per message sent. Okay, that's first offense. Second offense, they take away my short code and I'm out of business. So they are not messing around. Okay? At this point in time, they figure if we started out right, there's no reason for anybody just to misunderstand the rules and go above and beyond what we're expecting them to do. So we work diligently with our clients and let them know what works, what doesn't work, what's acceptable and what's not. Again, the ability not to have to turn down 1 million numbers to send, is taking money out of my pocket, but in the long run, it's just not worth it. So, what do you do if you start receiving some SMSs or text messages that you just either didn't sign up for, or maybe you did sign up and you want to opt out? If you ever receive a message, reply the word "stop." And if they're in compliance, the computer will grab your number and take you out automatically. Why the mobile phone? There's that word ubiquity again. Okay? They're always on, they're always at hand, and they're just personal. I remember not too too many months ago where I give my phone to my 15-year-old son and say, here, you know what, give me a call when you get there. Not anymore. He has his phone. You just don't share them. Okay? There are more mobile phones in the world combined than PCs and televisions. Amazing stat. Question?
Yeah, I just want to interject that we didn't announce our hashtags tonight in case anybody wants to Twitter this kind of stuff out.
OCPM.
Important stuff.
Thank you.
There is no other marketing medium that can claim any of these facts, much less all three of them. Always on, always at hand, rarely shared. Okay? Mobile marketing is a very, very powerful medium. It's unlike any other marketing medium we've ever experienced. Okay? It needs to be harnessed. It needs to be deployed properly for it to work properly. I want to show you this little graph here, and it just shows how fast mobile is ramping compared to a PC with the internet access. Okay, more and more people are accessing the internet on their mobile phones than they are on their PC, and they expect that exchange to take place in late 2013. So what does that mean? Okay, we're carrying around a little computer, a very, very robust browser, and we're doing stuff, work on the go, in meetings and presentations. Yes, in the bathroom, in bed, at the dinner table, out to dinner, in the car. Okay? Unfortunately. Why SMS? By the way, SMS stands for Short Messaging System. It's the same thing as a text message. Same thing. 97% of all of them are open. Nice read rate, huh? 95% of those are open within 3 minutes. No sense of urgency. 62 are remembered, and 22% of value-add messages are forwarded. Viral capability. Okay, it's a lot easier to forward a text message than it is to receive a coupon in the mail, photocopy it at home, clip the coupon, put it in an envelope, run a stamp, mail it to a relevant friend, and do it the old snail mail viral way. Paradigm. We are currently witnessing a paradigm shift in marketing and advertising. Okay, remember the old way, the yellow pages? Okay, that used to be the Bible, remember? The bigger the better. And now, with the computer in our palm, we have access to that and a lot more. Okay? It's a very fast shift that's taking place. The industry has evolved rapidly, even over the last 8 months. How do we know we're doing something right? How do we know mobile marketing is not a farce? How do we know that we're full of it? Okay? Well, look at what these guys are doing or have done within the last 6, 12, 18 months with their own phone, their own platform. And this quote by, I don't know what to call it anymore, but he said the next big wave in advertising is the mobile internet. Yes, mobile will be a larger business than the PC web. He's right. He predicted this a year and a half ago. And all the stats are proving them right. So we're on to something here. We all know the Bible of the advertising and marketing industry for the last 85 years. This is what they have to say. It's clear that retailers who don't embrace mobile phone technology in the coming year will be left behind. Much as those retailers who sat on the sidelines during the early days of digital or social media are now playing catch-up. Okay? How many people, consultants, businesses do you know that are just still trying to figure out social media? Okay? 3 things are happening. The perfect storm, if you will, are coming together. Okay, for this whole phenomenon to take place. The first one is culture. Obviously, the youth drive the trends. It's no different in this medium than any others. And they are the ones who are asking people, don't email me, don't call me, text me. Anybody with teenage children know this. I have a 15-year-old, just turned 16. Proves me right every time. We take him and his friends out to dinner and they're texting. After we eat, of course. I said, what the hell are you guys doing? we're chatting. Well, why can't you talk to each other? Well, we are. And with other people. And it's just the way it's going, fortunately and unfortunately. The second thing is technology. How many of you have these used to have a phone like this? Come on, don't be shy. Okay? Look at how far it's come, and it's just going to get better. Smaller, smarter. They're going to make us dumber. Okay? But it's just, technology is advancing very, very rapidly. Look at all the smartphones. I mean, only at this time, 35 to 36% on a smartphone. But man, that ramping is taking off rapidly as well. 6 to 8 months, it's going to be about 45%, and by the end of the year, it's going to be almost 50%. And that's the way it's going.
Do they have the demographics in terms of how that 50% will break down?
I'm sorry?
The demographics of that 50%.
We don't have that yet. It's an overall of the smartphone sold at this point.
Well, the problem is you can't get a regular phone anymore.
Yeah. Traditional phone.
I was trying to get one for our parents, but they don't know.
Right. Well, in the United States, we are so far behind in technology, but it's funny because overseas, very rarely do they carry the smartphones. They're traditional. Pretty strange. And the explosive move towards mobile marketing advertising. With this many eyeballs and this powerful a medium, it could not help but go towards marketing advertising. So you have to be careful. Okay? There's overkill, and it's easy to do. Okay? So you have to work with somebody who, number one, has a background in marketing, number two, has somewhat of a background in